Welcome to our channel, a dedicated space for healing, for profound awareness, and for the cultivation of a deep and abiding inner peace. In a world that constantly directs our attention outward, searching for the next innovation, the next device, the next external solution to our inner turmoil, we invite you to pause, to consider a different possibility. What if the greatest technology for health, for unwavering balance, and for a joy that is not dependent on circumstance, is not outside you, but has been patiently waiting within you all along? This internal technology is not built of circuits and code, but of consciousness and breath. It is the intricate, intelligent system of your own being. We have been taught to look for answers everywhere but within ourselves, to seek validation and wholeness in the external world. But the most profound journey you can ever undertake is the one that turns your gaze inward, to the vast, unexplored universe that exists within the very fabric of your own awareness. This is not a journey of acquisition, but of remembrance. A remembrance of the inherent power, wisdom, and peace that are your birthright. It is a return to the source. Your body, your mind, your emotions, and your energies are not problems to be solved. This is a fundamental shift in perspective. For too long, we have been conditioned to see ourselves as a collection of flaws to be fixed. We treat the body as an unruly machine that gets sick, the mind as a chaotic storm of thoughts to be silenced, and our emotions as inconvenient interruptions to be suppressed. We live in a state of constant internal conflict, battling against our own nature. They are possibilities to be explored. Imagine for a moment that every aspect of your being is not an obstacle, but a doorway. Your body is a vessel of immense intelligence and sensation. Your mind, a tool of incredible power for creation and perception. Your emotions, a guidance system, signaling what is in and out of alignment. Your energy, the very current of life that animates you. When we stop fighting ourselves and start exploring, we unlock a potential we never knew we had. We become allies with our own existence. Today, we explore yoga, not as exercise, not as belief, not as philosophy. We must first unlearn what we think we know. In the modern lexicon, the word yoga has been diluted, often equated with physical fitness, flexibility, or a trendy lifestyle choice. It is seen as something you do for an hour a day to stretch your muscles. While physical well-being is a wonderful byproduct, it is merely the surface, the very beginning of the path. Yoga is not a belief system you must adopt, demanding faith in something unseen. Nor is it a complex philosophy to be intellectually debated and understood. These are all limitations, boxes created by the mind. But as a science of inner alignment, a science because it is a systematic, methodical, and verifiable process. It is based on a profound understanding of the mechanics of the human system. Just as there is an external science for understanding the material world, there is an inner science for understanding the interior world. It is a technology for taking the disparate and often conflicting dimensions of who you are, your physical body, your mental processes, your energetic structure, and bringing them into a state of perfect harmony and coherence. A science that can transform the body, awaken energy, and connect you to life itself. This is the true promise of yoga. Transformation of the body from a source of ailment and inertia into a vibrant, capable, and sensitive instrument of perception. The awakening of your fundamental life energy, known as prana, allowing it to move without obstruction, infusing every cell with vitality. And ultimately, the dissolution of the illusion of separation, allowing you to experience a profound connection with the whole of existence, to feel the pulse of life, not just within you, but as you. This is not about belief. This is about experience. You are not asked to believe anything. In fact, you are encouraged to be skeptical, to put it to the test in the laboratory of your own being. Does this practice bring more ease to your body? Does this technique bring more clarity to your mind? Does this way of being bring more joy and vitality to your life? The truth of yoga is not found in ancient texts or in the words of a teacher. It is found in the direct, undeniable, and personal experience of your own transformation. The proof is in the flowering of your own consciousness. In modern times, yoga has been reduced to stretching and fitness. A commodification has occurred, packaging this profound science into a palatable, marketable product. It has been stripped of its depth and presented as a mere physical discipline. This is like finding a sophisticated supercomputer and using it only as a doorstop. The physical postures, or asanas, are a vital and powerful component, but they are just one small part of a vast and comprehensive system. But yoga is not about twisting the body. The goal is not to achieve the perfect posture or to force the body into extreme shapes. The body is not an object to be manipulated. The true purpose of the asanas is to create a conducive inner atmosphere. By holding the body in a certain posture, you influence your consciousness, your chemistry, and your energy. It is about using the body as a tool to access deeper dimensions of yourself. The aim is not to bend the body, but to bend your limitations. Yoga means union, alignment with existence itself. The very root of the word yoga means to yoke or to unite. It signifies the end of conflict, the end of fragmentation. It is the experience of oneness. What is it that we are uniting? We are uniting the finite with the infinite, the individual with the universal. It is the state where the drop of your individual life experiences its own nature as the ocean. This is not a poetic idea. It is a tangible reality that can be accessed when the necessary inner alignment is achieved. To unite body and mind, breath and energy, individual life with the larger life. We live in a state of constant separation. The mind thinks one thing, the body does another. The breath is shallow and unconscious, disconnected from the energy that sustains it. We feel ourselves to be isolated beings, struggling against the world. Yoga is the methodical process of weaving these threads back together. When your body and mind are in perfect sync, there is immense capability. When your breath and energy are aligned, there is boundless vitality. And when your individual life is in harmony with the cosmic life, there is no friction, only flow. When alignment happens, friction disappears. Think of a machine with misaligned parts. It creates noise, heat, and wears itself down quickly. Our own system is no different. The stress, anxiety, and exhaustion that so many experience is simply a state of inner friction. It is the mind working against the body, the energy working against the mind. When all the components of your being are brought into alignment, this friction ceases. An incredible sense of ease, effortlessness, and stillness arises naturally. You are no longer wasting energy fighting yourself. Disease is nothing but misalignment. From a yogic perspective, disease, or dis-ease, begins long before it manifests physically. It begins as a disturbance in the energy body, a state of misalignment. When your system is in a constant state of friction and stress, it creates a chemistry of illness. The body's natural intelligence and healing capabilities become compromised. Chronic ailments are often the physical expression of a deeper, more fundamental disharmony within our system. Yoga is the science of alignment. It is the master key to correcting this disharmony at its source. It does not treat symptoms. It goes to the very root of the problem. By systematically working with the body, the breath, the mind, and the energies, yoga restores the fundamental integrity of the human mechanism. It is a holistic approach that recognizes the interconnectedness of all aspects of your being. When you are in alignment, you are in a state of ease. Ease is health. Dis-ease is illness. The human body is a sophisticated chemical factory. Every moment your body is producing a complex cocktail of chemicals that determines your experience of life. If you generate a chemistry of stress, your experience is one of anxiety and fear. If you generate a chemistry of joy, your experience is one of bliss and exuberance. The quality of your life is, in this sense, determined by the quality of your inner chemistry. But most people live unconsciously. They are managed by their chemistry, rather than managing it. Their thoughts, emotions, and reactions are compulsive, driven by external situations and past conditioning. They are puppets to their own internal processes. The science of yoga provides the tools to become the master of this inner factory. To consciously generate the chemistry of well-being, peace, and bliss, regardless of what is happening on the outside. Yoga does not fight disease. Yoga creates health. This is another crucial distinction. The modern approach is often to wait for sickness and then fight it. Yoga's approach is to cultivate such a vibrant state of health and balance that disease finds no foothold. It is a proactive, not a reactive system. It is about strengthening the very foundation of your being, enhancing the body's innate intelligence to maintain itself in a state of optimal function. Health becomes your natural state, not something you chase. When the system is in alignment, health is not an effort. It is the default setting. Just as a tree naturally grows towards the sun and a river naturally flows to the sea, a human being in alignment naturally exists in a state of health and vitality. It ceases to be a goal you strive for and becomes the very ground upon which you stand. The body is not a prison, it is a gateway. For many, the body is a source of pain, limitation, and suffering. We feel trapped by its needs, its aging, its vulnerabilities. But through the lens of yoga, the body is revealed to be the most sophisticated instrument on the planet. It is the doorway through which we experience all of life. It is the foundation upon which higher states of consciousness can be built. To neglect it, to abuse it, or to see it as an enemy is to lock the very gate that leads to liberation. Yoga is not for the sick. Yoga is for the intelligent. It is for anyone who has the intelligence to see that the quality of their life is their responsibility. It is for those who understand that looking for well-being and freedom in the external world is a futile game. It is for those who are willing to turn their attention inward and do the necessary work to engineer their own inner landscape. It is the ultimate act of intelligence to take charge of the very mechanics of your own life experience. Life happens because of energy. Everything you perceive as life, your thoughts, your breath, your heartbeat, the very sense of being alive, is a manifestation of a fundamental life energy. In the yogic sciences, this is called prana. The amount of prana you have and how freely it moves within your system determines the vibrancy, capability, and intensity of your life. When energy flows freely, you feel fully alive. When this energy is blocked or stagnant due to stress, physical ailments, or mental patterns, you experience lethargy, depression, and a general sense of being dull and half alive. The practices of yoga, particularly pranayama or breathwork, are designed specifically to purify the energy channels and enhance the flow of prana. When your energy is vibrant and flowing, you naturally feel exuberant, joyful, and intensely alive. Yoga turns you inward. The entire process is an inward stroke. In a world that constantly pulls you out, yoga is the anchor that brings you back home. It is a journey from the gross to the subtle, from the distractions of the external world to the sensations of the body, from the body to the rhythm of the breath, from the breath to the flow of energy, from the energy to the stillness of your own consciousness. Beyond body and mind lies the inner core. This is the destination of the inward journey. Beyond the endless chatter of the mind, beyond the sensations and limitations of the physical body, there is a dimension of pure being, a space of profound stillness, silence, and boundless peace. This is not an empty void, but a vibrant emptiness that is the source of all creation. This is your essential nature. Fear dissolves. Joy arises without reason. When you touch this inner core, the psychological structure of fear, which is rooted in the identification with the fragile body and mind, begins to crumble. And a new kind of joy emerges. Not the fleeting happiness that comes from getting what you want, but a deep, causeless joy that simply is. It is the natural fragrance of your own being when you are free from the compulsions of the mind. Sadhana is not discipline. It is self-engineering. The daily practice of yoga is called sadhana. It is often translated as discipline, but a better word is tool or instrument. It is not about forcing yourself through rigid, joyless routine. It is about intelligently using the tools of yoga to engineer your inner self, to create the kind of person you want to be. It is a conscious, creative process of self-transformation. True freedom is inner mastery. We often think of freedom as the ability to do whatever we want in the external world. But if you are a slave to your own anger, your own compulsions, your own fears, are you truly free? True freedom, or mukti, is liberation from the tyranny of your own unconscious patterns. It is the mastery over the internal realm, which allows you to navigate the external world with grace, clarity, and capability. Yoga does not promise miracles. Yoga makes you capable of miracles. It does not offer magical solutions. It offers a science and a methodology. It empowers you. When your body, mind, and energy function at their highest potential, in perfect alignment, what is possible for you becomes limitless. What may seem miraculous to a person living in a state of friction and unconsciousness becomes a natural expression of a human being who is fully aligned and vibrantly alive. Yoga is not something you do. Yoga is something you become. It is not an activity, but a state of being. Through consistent practice, the alignment and union that you cultivate on the mat begin to permeate every moment of your life. You don't just do yoga. You become a yogi, one who lives in a state of union, in harmony with themselves and with all of existence. The journey is profound. The tools are available. The only question that remains is, are you ready to work on yourself?